Meet Cynthia Ayala. She works at the Amazon Air Hub in San Bernardino.
Loading and unloading the planes directly is like the most unique job I've ever had. You know, I get to be the last person to see the pilot and send that plane off. That's really cool.
But it's labor intensive.
We're moving containers that weigh up to 3,500 pounds with 2 people. And it's on a rolling floor, but it's still really heavy.
The work is magnified by the oppressive heat in the Inland Empire.
The only shade that we have on the tarmac is under the plane.
The tarmac is made of concrete, and experts say it can increase temperatures by about 20 degrees.
Last summer, Ayala says she was working in the sun for hours.
By the time I had loaded the aircraft, by the time we were done, I only had just enough time to go park my machine before I was seeing stars. I was parking, and I had just enough time for my coworker to give me water and electrolytes to recover myself.
While they work outside, the tarmac workers are covered by Cal OSHA standards for heat illness prevention in outdoor workplaces. But there are currently no comparable standards for indoor workplaces outside of regular injury and illness prevention standards. During the 2022 heat wave, Amazon Air employees took thermometers to work and recorded highs of 89 degrees inside the warehouse. We reached out to Amazon. The company says their own readings indicate temperatures have never exceeded 78 degrees. The area the Amazon Air Hub is in currently experiences an annual average of just under 2 weeks of triple-digit temperatures. Experts at the climate risk nonprofit First Street Foundation predict that average will jump to nearly 1 month in the next 30 years. There will likely be a similar increase or more in most of the Inland Empire. The darker red areas on this map show the largest increase in 100-degree days. The National Weather Service defines these as dangerous heat days.
Even if you're a sort of a strong, healthy person, your body is focused on cooling. So there are a lot of other things it can't do. One of the basic things it can't do is think very well.
Confusion, along with symptoms like nausea, increased pulse, and fainting, can all be signs of heat stroke, which can be fatal.
Our risks are greater in low-income communities.
The chief heat officer for the city of LA, Marta Segura, says this is due to increased rates of chronic illness and a lack of resources like tree canopy and places to stay cool and hydrated.
Everything that we want the community to have is lacking in most of those communities. So it's not surprising that then we have more adverse health outcomes during heat season there.
An ABC7 analysis of data from UCLA's heat maps shows people who live in SoCal zip codes where the annual income is less than $60,000 are 2 times as likely to visit the ER over excessive heat. A similar pattern is true for those who live in zip codes with a majority people of color.
Heat is compounded with other hazards in the workplace.
Deogracia Cornelio is the education director for the Warehouse Worker Resource Center, an organization that helps inform and advocate for and with warehouse workers.
The fast pace, the heavy workload, the heavy machines, the dangerous machines, all of the warehouses are a high hazard workplace.
Peter Elwin from the climate think tank Planet Tracker says improving working conditions helps workers and businesses. If more workers suffer heat illness, production slows, interrupting supply chains.
Your competitor down the road may either have prepared better or may just be lucky where their supply chain is situated. And they're making money when you're not. So the economic effects can be quite severe.
Experts say even if you can get through the day, if you don't have a way to cool off after work, you could still be in danger. Like most homes in the IE, Ayala's apartment has at least a small AC unit. But there are still nearly 60,000 homes in Riverside and San Bernardino counties that do not have AC. At 27 years old, Ayala will be around to see more and more climate crisis-induced hot days.
I just feel like things are even more at risk, and I feel like all the fighting that we have to do right now or will have to do is only going to counteract or counterbalance all of the damage and environmental crisis that we're in right now.
Amazon says their heat-related safety protocols are robust and often exceed industry standards and federal OSHA guidance. They add that aside from state-of-the-art systems, their sites include industrial fans that provide additional cooling and that employees are trained on the signs of symptoms of heat-related illness and the importance of hydration and regular breaks. Amazon says additional efforts at its Air Hub include giving employees more breaks and adding access to water and ice. Annabelle Munoz, ABC7 Eyewitness News.